What's up, everyone? Welcome back to CS Coins. We're going to be doing another penny hunt today. I've got my two albums here ready to go. We've got a 1909 and 1940 album and the 41 to 74 album. We've got a lot of the fills in this book here. There's still some holes. I mean, a lot of the S-mints, obviously the steel cents are going to be really tough to find. There's still a little bit of work to do there. And then for the copper cents, I'm just mainly keeping the uncirculated ones. And as far as the older album, we really haven't had too many fills in here. It's been kind of slow on the old wheat pennies. We've had 8 bags so far, and we've got, I don't know, maybe around 10 fills in this album. So a little more than 10, I think like 11 or 12. So hopefully we can get some older wheats to fill this album, but we do have our bag here ready to go. I actually have another bag on standby, so that will be another episode coming up soon. But hopefully one of these or both give us really good finds. I'm going to cut into this bag. I will show you guys the first find that we make.
Real quick, I just wanted to let all you guys know I'm now a partner with Whatnot. So Whatnot is an up-and-coming virtual marketplace that is kind of similar to eBay. You're just going to focus a lot more heavily on live video auctions, so that's what's unique about it. So there's going to be people doing these live video auctions of all kinds of coins and bullion. You can buy gold bullion, silver coins, gold coins, pretty much anything you could imagine, copper coins, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys use my link, since I'm now a partner, you can save $15 on your first buy when you make an account. So sign up using that link in the video description and save some money on some awesome coins.
I think this is a good sign for us. I just cut open the bag and out spilled a wheat penny here. This one is obverse facing. We've got a 1945 Philly, a little bit beat up on the reverse, but we will take that. And a little deeper in the bag, I'm seeing a wheat reverse. I don't know if you guys can see that one there, but we will go ahead and check that out. Hopefully that's a little older. It does look to be pretty worn. And it's only a 1942. That's cool though. We'll take 240s wheats. Usually we find 50s a lot more common than we do 40s. So I'll take those two finds. That's awesome. We've got a couple things here that I want to check out. First, I'm pretty sure I see a wheat penny obverse right here, and I do. That's a 1956D, and I think I saw a reeded edge, yeah, right here. Looks like we've got some profit there, guys. We've got a main quarter 2003P. Man, I hope we can find a West Point in this bag or something. Wouldn't that be a crazy find? I'll take 25 cents profit though, any day. Nothing special here, I just thought I would show it. I saw this and I got pretty hyped up. I thought that was either a zinc penny at first that was missing the copper plating on the outside, or I thought it could have been a steel cent, but looks like somebody just painted a copper penny like a metallic color, so that's a bit of a bummer. Just kind of an oddball find. You don't really come across that kind of thing very often, so I thought I'd show it. All right, so we have another denomination here. We've got a nickel, and this one looks like it could be old. So let's see if we have a keeper nickel in a penny bag. That would be pretty crazy. Yes, we do. We've got a 1947D, and reverse, like the Monticello building's a bit worn down, but the obverse looks pretty nice on that. So that's pretty crazy. I think there's only been a handful of times where I found another keeper in a different denomination. I think I found a wheat penny in a quarter roll one time, but that doesn't happen very often. That's pretty awesome. Especially considering I go through a whole $200 nickel bag and I usually only find like 15 to 20, 25 of these. So that's pretty slim odds right there. I will take it though. We'll put that with the keepers. Well, it looks like we've got a lot of different denomination coins in here. We've got a quarter here. This one's a 1981D, so that is another 25 cents profit. And I see a dime up here. 2015D. That's awesome. Let's keep at it. I spotted something pretty cool here. I've already picked this up and looked at it. Unfortunately, it's got some nasty gunk on it, but we got a 1983, and I flipped it looking for that DDR, and I don't see any doubling, but if you guys can see that down there by the NE and then the CE and cent, we've got a pretty big die crack down there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that under the microscope so we can have a better look at it. Let's see what we got. Yep, you can see that clearly right here, right there. I think it probably goes through this too. There's just so much of that stuff, it's hard to tell really. But that's pretty awesome, guys. That is a big die crack. For whatever reason, the die cracks are harder to see on the microscopes usually, but you can see it pretty clear right there, and it does go through the E and the N over there as well. So that's an awesome error find. We will definitely take that. I have another penny under the scope I wanted to show real quick. I don't know how many of you have heard of the 1969D floating roof, but we've got one of those here. If you flip it around to the Monticello building on the reverse, usually you would see a little line connecting this part of the Monticello building to the main part. And we don't see that on either side. It's completely gone. And another sign of this is to look for the FG down here. It'd typically be right here, and we see that that's not there. So we've got one of those here, 1969D floating roof. I don't think there's a lot of value on these, but they just don't come by very often, so I figured I would show it and hold on to it. I see a handful of silver colored coins deeper in the bag, so I think we're gonna go ahead and look at all of those right now. I think we've got a dime right here, 2021p. Zoom in a little bit here. I think that could be a $50. Yes, it is. We do have a $50, 1997 Philadelphia. Too bad that wasn't silver in NIFC or something. But I'll still take 50 cents profit. And I think I see another nickel back here. Nothing special there. We got a 2000D. And I think I see a couple quarters over on this side. And too bad we didn't have the burning building there. We have a 2021 P Tuskegee Airman quarter. And one other quarter. This one looks like a state quarter. We do have a 2006 Nevada Philadelphia state quarter. That's a nice chunk of change there. That's a couple bucks profit maybe. All right, so we do have some more profit here. It looks like a couple other silver colored coins. We got a 2004 Iowa Philadelphia minted quarter, and I think I see a nickel right here. That one is going to be a 2005D. I do see a couple wheat pennies too. That's the main reason why I started filming, and then I ended up seeing those other coins. So we have a 1944 Philly, and I saw a wheat reverse right there. So let's take a look at this one. It looks to be probably 50s. Nope, we got another 40s, 1946. Cool, so that puts us at, I think, 5 wheats, a bunch of other denomination coins. I did pull aside like a really nice 72D copper cent, and then we have those couple like error and variety coins. So we'll keep at it. Hopefully this bag keeps producing some good finds. All right, I started seeing some nickels popping out, so I figured I would get the camera out and start filming here. We've got a 2021P nickel right here. We've got a 1994D, and I don't think this one's too old, maybe 90s or 80s. Yep, 1992D. Also, oh, there's a Pennsylvania state quarter. Denver minted. That one's in pretty good shape. I also spotted a King George cent here. King George the 6th. Let's take a look and see what year this one is. It's probably going to be 40s, I'm guessing. Yep, 1941. Awesome. So we're on the board with an old Canadian too, and a bunch of other denominations. And I see more further in the bag. There's a quarter down there. I think I see some more dimes as well. How awesome would that be if we got silver from another denomination in this bag? I really hope that can happen. But let's keep searching here, guys. We're a bit slow on the finds in this bag. The wheats are really not coming along too quick here, but check this out, guys. We've got a 2000 penny here. Gave it a flip to check for that wide AM, and we have got it. If you look at the A and the M in America, there's a pretty noticeable gap between the two letters. Typically on the reverse of this coin, you should see those two touching, so that's a pretty awesome find right there. Definitely worth a couple hundred times face value at least. Probably, I'd say $5 to $10 in this condition. Awesome find. Very happy to see that. Seeing a bit of profit here and a wheat penny, so let's go ahead and check all this out here. We've got a quarter right here with a Philly mint mark. It is a Maryland, nothing special there. Nickel, we got a 1994D, 1982D quarter, think that's a D. And we've got a 2021 D nickel. Let's check on that wheat penny. It doesn't look too old. That one's gonna be 55D. All right, we will add it to the keeper pile. Check this out, guys. We have a quarter and a really old looking wheat cent right there. So let's go ahead and reveal that quarter first. State quarter with a P mint mark. It is a North Dakota 2006. And man, that looks to be an old wheat. Let's take a look at that reverse there. That has seen a lot of years, guys. That's got to be early 1900s for sure, like 19 teens, because 1909 was the first year. Hopefully early 19 teens or 1909, guys. That looks super old. Let's give it a flip and see. The dater is really worn there, but it looks like it could be a 1911. I think that is what it is. I'm going to hold it up closer to the light here. Looks like 1911 to me. If it is one, that is the oldest wheat cent we've found doing this series so far. I think the next oldest one would have been like a 1917 or a 1918. So we have broken into the teens before, but not this far into the teens. I'm going to go ahead and put this one under the microscope and see if we can see that date any better. Yeah, that looks to be a 1911, I think. It's kind of hard to see still on the microscope. It's still really faint, but that looks like a 191. And that second one looks like a 1 as well. All right, we're going to call that a 1911. That's an awesome find, and it does have some mixing errors going on. They call these woodies. It's going on in the reverse and the obverse, it looks like. So this was an improperly mixed coin. You can see some, I think that's brass. I don't know. It's been a while since I found one of these, but one of the metals that's mixed in with the copper is showing here. This happened a lot in earlier wheat cents, so pretty cool error there, but it doesn't make it worth too much more. It's pretty common. All right, I'm looking at 2 more wheat cents right here in the pile, both reverse facing. Let's see what we got here. All right, 1948, and this one here doesn't look to be too old either. 1944. All right, we got 2 more 40s wheat cents. I will take that. We've got 2 more wheats down here. They're both obverse facing. I think I lost track of the one. So yeah, we got a 54D right here. All right, and the next one looks to be a 1955. I don't see any doubling there. Unfortunately, that's not the DDO, but 2 more wheat pennies for the keeper pile. All right, so I saved the last of the wheat cents just for the end of the pile here, just so we could take a look at all of them at once. I've got 2 reverses and 2 obverses that I can see. There might be, actually, yeah, I think there is one more. So I think we got 5 wheat cents to look at, if I'm counting these right. This one's going to be a 57 Denver. And we have got a 1941. Not seeing any doubling for that DDO. All right. And this one is going to be a 52 Denver, 54 Denver, and that one's a 1950. I think that's about it. There were a couple other coins that I pulled aside that I'll show you guys real quick. This one, we've got a 67 here, but that is a pretty big lamination crack going all the way across the face of Lincoln there. That's pretty awesome. Don't find many cents with this kind of error. Typically they show up a little more on the older nickels, but yeah, I've only found a few pennies with lamination cracks like that, so that's pretty awesome. I was really happy to see that. And there's a couple other suspicious looking coins that I pulled aside that I was looking at under the scope, so I'm gonna keep checking those out because I am kind of filming this over, you know, a week time or so. So I'm gonna take another look at what we got under here. I just know I pulled some of these aside to look at some more, and then we will go through the rest of these and see if there's still anything to be found. But we got a good amount of finds here. We definitely made a lot of profit and got that wide AM. We got some really cool finds here. So I'm gonna finish this up and we will be back. I think there's gonna be a couple things to look at over here, and then we'll do a wrap up. So this is one of the ones that I pulled aside just because I think I see some doubling. I don't see a lot going on in the date area. There might be a little line right here. Also isn't looking like there's much doubling going on Liberty. But if we go up to In God We Trust up here, sorry for how shaky this is, guys. Yeah, especially in God, I don't know if you guys can see that. Very clear line right here. Split serif up there. The O looks like it's really doubled the D. I think this is going to be a more minor DDO, guys. And if you just look at this lettering compared to normal 1972 pennies, it does look a lot thicker. The U, the S, you can see that extra little line going right there. So I think we might have a winner here. I'm going to go ahead and flip this one up because that definitely looks to be, in my opinion, a double die. It does not look like machine doubling to me. So I'm going to put it in a flip because this one is in pretty good condition. And then hopefully I can get a better answer later. I'm going to probably look around online and see if I can find exactly what DDO this might be, if it is one. All right, so I took a look at the rest of the pennies. I know what's special about them and why I pulled them aside. This one, we've got a 1961, and we've got a little die chip connecting the 6 and the 1. So that's not something you see too often. I thought that was pretty cool. It's in pretty good shape too, so I'm probably going to maybe flip this one up. If not, I'm at least going to throw it in a roll with some other error pennies, so that's cool. Right here, we've got a 1983. And check that out. Right above Liberty, we got a pretty big die crack. You can see it pretty clearly on the scope, and I think it's probably even easier to see with the naked eye. Let me zoom in here for you guys. Yeah, you can see it actually goes through Lincoln's head at the top there, but it's the thickest above Liberty. And it does go down almost to the rim on this side, although it's a little more faint. So another cool error sent there. Let me check out these other ones. Yes, this one's another die crack, so we'll look at this one under the scope next. This one was a 1989. So if we take a look at this one, I believe that's going to be the die crack right there. Yeah, it's pretty clear right there. I think it's the lighting that's making it tougher to see under the scope, but it does go like all the way down here. But it is the strongest, I would say, like on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. So that's another cool one. Again, it's pretty easy to see with the naked eye too. And then I had a couple other ones that, or a few, not a few, 4 different pennies that also had something kind of cool going on. So this one is a 1988. I checked on the reverse for, I don't remember what this is called, but you want to look for the FG. Like there's 2 different variations of the FG, and the one that's like bigger and more detailed is the one you want to look for. But I flipped it and we don't even have an FG. So that must be some kind of grease strike through or something. I know there's like no FG on the 1969D that you can look for and such, but this is kind of something different. I've never seen anything quite like that. And it does have the lines on the roof, so it's not a floating roof like the 69D. Just an interesting error there. And then we've got, I believe these are all going to be die chips here. Yep, we've got one on this shield cent here. You can see the chips are going all the way up it. This one is a 2020 Philly. And I usually spot these just with my eye, and then I put them under the scope just to get a better look. We had a couple more here. Yep, there's another one in about the same spot. We've got some decent die chips there. This one was a 2017P. And then one more here. Yeah, there's chips all over this thing. Mostly again on that left side though. This one, yep, pretty easy to see with just the eyes here, and that's a 2020 as well. All right, so that is all of the finds for this bag. I just wanted to show you guys really quick what I'd pulled aside before, because I kind of forgot what they were myself. Sometimes I just, you know, pull coins aside and show them later on in the video, just kind of forget about them. So those are all really nice. The 72 definitely looks promising, and can't go wrong with that. We must have at least like $4 or $5 profit here, so pretty exciting hunt there. I'm gonna go ahead and organize all this. Also, this one I didn't mention, could be a guess you wouldn't call that a planchet error. It would be like a unplated scent, because typically they would have a zinc core and copper plating on the outside. I don't think it's one of those errors. I would have to weigh it to make sure, but really no sign of copper on that. So this could be a pretty nice error. Again, the color just doesn't look right to me, so I don't think it is going to be one. I think it may have been removed chemically or something. But I'm going to have to try to weigh it out on a scale. I think my scale's dead right now. But I'm sure at some point I'll find out. I'll pull it aside for now and just keep onto it just in case. But yeah, let's get on to the wrap up, guys. I would say this was one of the better hunts in this penny hunt and fill series so far. We did really well here. Before I forget this number, we did get $4.55 in other denominations, so that was pretty awesome. The $half was a little unexpected in there. Too bad that wasn't silver. And we actually did get a pretty decent 1947 Denver in the bag as well. I don't know what happened there. There must have been like some kind of leak with other coins getting in there, but I'll take it. That's always profit, so happy to see that. And let's get on to the good finds here. I just went over all these. Those are all those errors I had under the scope. And then we went over this one as well. This is that DDO, I believe. I'm going to call it a DDO. Got a little bit of a nick on the edge there, which is a bummer. But other than that, it's in really nice shape. I would say this would probably be AU, at least, like XF. And then we've got a really nice wide AM as well. This one's a 2000, and you can see there clear as day. The A and the M are not touching, so that is a nice variety for us. I believe 16 wheat cents were found this hunt, the best of which not in great shape, but we do have a 1911, and this one is Philadelphia minted. I'm pretty sure that's a 1911. We're going to put it in the spot in the album there. That last digit looks like a 1 to me. Let me know if you guys think that's something else, but I think I'm going to call it a 1911 for now. And it does have that mixing error again, so that's pretty cool. I call those woodies. So we got that. The rest are all common 40s and 50s, ranging from 41 to 56D. Found a bunch of the commemoratives. I always try to pull those aside. 2009. We did get a 1941 Canadian. Nice to see a King George come out of there. And these are some of the other ones I pulled aside. I got a 72D in pretty good shape. We'll see if that one upgrades in the album. I also wanted to pull this aside. We got a 69S. Too bad that wasn't a DDO, because that one's in really good shape. But I'm going to see if that one can upgrade as well. This one I believe was a 69D floating roof. I think if we put it under the scope here, we will not see that FG. Yep, it's gone. And the roof is indeed floating. So I think those are pretty common. They're not worth a whole lot, but I still pull them aside, especially when they're in good shape like that. That might be worth a few bucks. And we didn't look at this one under the scope. I might as well put it under there as long as we got the scope in front of us here. Yep, there's that lamination crack. Looks a lot more intense under the scope. That goes almost right through Lincoln's eye and all the way up to the rim there. Take a look down here. That's pretty sweet, guys. It's kind of a bummer it's not in better shape. That thing is pretty gross looking, but hey, I'll take it. That's not really an easy error to find with the pennies, so very happy to see that. And this was another die crack. This one's a 1983 Philly. You can see that die crack going through 1 cent on the bottom there. So that is that. That was a pretty fun hunt. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is definitely at least like a top 2 hunt in this series so far. So that is awesome. Very hyped up about that. If you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, please drop me a like, get my video seen a little bit, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm going to try to do some more customer wraps this week. That's kind of why I haven't had a lot of content out lately. I've just been getting really bad luck on the customer wraps, and the bags have been pretty bad other than pennies. So coins just have not been treating me well lately, but you know, this was a good hunt. We're definitely going in the right direction, and I'm not going to give up, guys. I'm just going to keep going until we find some crazy coins. So stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day. I'm disgusted in myself, guys. I can't believe I just filmed that outro and didn't even see what we could fill in the books here. I feel like an idiot. But we do have one fill in the 1909 to 1940 album. We got the 1911 in there. Pretty slow progress on this one. I was kind of hoping we could, you know, get some hunts where we can knock quite a few of these out. But even with the, I believe the one bag I had like over 120 wheat cents, we still only have like, what is this, maybe a little more than 10 fills. So I'm hoping for a hunt where we just knock it out of the park pretty soon on these old wheats, because this has been pretty brutal progress so far. Those are going really slow. So I'm going to see if I can get any fills in this one. If not, I'll just do a quick wrap up to this video. But hopefully we can get a fill or two. We do have quite a few wheat cents to pick from there. No wheat fills, unfortunately. We're kind of at a standstill on this album. I don't know. Some of these should be easy, like 41D, 42D, high mintages and everything. I just haven't been able to find them, but most of these are S mints that I can't find. The 54 is a lower mint for a Philadelphia. So still at a standstill on that, but I do have a couple upgrades if I can not drop the book here. The 69S is an addition. That's why I pulled that one aside. I knew the one we had in there wasn't great. That one was just a placeholder because, you know, they're still kind of hard to come by. We've also got the 72D as an upgrade. The other one up here has a few scratches. I don't know if you guys can see them in that light. But it's also just not as lustrous as this one. This one's got a bit more mint luster on it. So kind of a disappointing fill here. I was hoping we could get some more. But still, at the end of the day, it was a great hunt. And now I'll say goodbye to you guys. Take care, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.